Today's youth and young adults are in the midst of a full-blown mental health crisis. Even before COVID, an astounding 45% of U.S. college students felt so depressed that it was difficult to function within the previous 12 months. 66% felt overwhelming anxiety, 43% felt overwhelming anger, and more than 1 in 10, 13%, seriously considered suicide. And post-COVID, the situation is even worse. It's no coincidence that mental illness among America's younger generation is at all-time highs, while their religious belief and practice are at all-time lows. From 2009 to 2019, the percent of young people claiming to have no religion climbed sharply from 27% to 40% of that population. Practically in lockstep, those suffering mental illness went from 18% to 29% of young people. It's been a very similar story with suicide. Atheism and agnosticism are bad for your mental health. Harvard epidemiologist Tyler Vanderweel, Sean Lee, and Ichiro Kawachi calculated that nearly 40% of the increase in suicide and mental illness stems from the drop-off in church attendance. Wake up, youth of today. By turning your back on God and church, you're falling into depression, drink, drugs, and despair. In droves. Literally thousands of peer-reviewed studies have determined that people who regularly go to church are more likely to have better mental and physical health than people who don't go to church. Why is this so? It's thanks to factors that include the social interaction one has at church, as well as putting others before self, such as through volunteering for church-sponsored charity drives. It's also thanks to having a keen sense of meaning and purpose, and thanks to direct graces from God. Religion can give meaning to suffering. So says Dr. Francie Hart-Broghammer, Chief Psychiatry Resident at UC Irvine Medical Center. I have seen this firsthand, time and time again, with many of my patients reporting they would have attempted suicide long ago if they did not have faith, which provided them with hope in otherwise hopeless circumstances. In high school and college, it's easy to get depressed and disillusioned about life. Teachers and professors push their anti-God ideology upon impressionable young minds. To atheists, we're just bodies and no soul. As the famous atheist Richard Dawkins bleakly remarked, "You are for nothing. You are here to propagate your selfish genes. There is no higher purpose in life." This is absolute bunk. Evidence is abundant that we have souls, that there's a supernatural world, and that God most certainly exists. He loves us immensely and has a plan and purpose for each and every one of us. Loving God back is proven to be good for your mental wellness. Hope is really important. Things have a purpose. God can take something bad and turn it around into something good, knowing that there's life after death, remarked Dr. Harold Koenig of the Center for Spirituality, Theology, and Health at Duke University, and a leader in the field of how religion benefits mental and physical health. Religion says there are other sources of truth, and we don't understand everything right now, and there just might be something more to this life. Boost your mental wellness by going to church at least weekly. For details on this fascinating topic, as well as for proof of God and reasons to believe, read the book Holy Health: How Church Makes You Healthier and Happier. It powerfully makes the case that the single most effective thing anyone can do to boost their wellness is go to church.